excited? Let me introduce myself. My name is Crash Young. I do Afternoon Drive on 103.7 Play. Any listeners? One over there. Thank you. Are you guys ready for Mr. Doug Jones? Are you sure? Please welcome Mr. Doug Jones. Hi, you guys. How are you? What a room full of pretty people.
And now you see why they put makeup on me all the time.
Well, how exactly did you get started when you decided that you wanted to be an actor? How did it all start? Let's just start right from the beginning.
Well, you know, I'll tell you, when you're, I grew up in Indianapolis, Indiana. Oh, that's me. When you're growing up in the Midwest, I'm sure much like your experience here, when you're not like that small sliver of normal, kids make fun of you, right? Kind of part of the deal. So being tall, skinny, what do you think they did to me? Right? Yeah, of course. So I developed a sense of humor as a defense mechanism. Like I thought, well, if I'm the class clown, if I walk in the room doing armpit farts and that now I control when they're laughing, right? So that's kind of was a survival technique, and I got my inspiration from old TV shows like the Dick Van Dyke Show or Andy Griffith and Don Knotts on the show, right? Anything Jerry Lewis did, anything Danny Kaye did. So it was the Gomer Pyle, Gilligan, right? All those characters from Lucy, Carol Burnett show. I could go on for days, right? Those were the characters that inspired me to like, okay, it's okay to not be normal. It's okay to be a goofy guy. There's a place for us. And it's on the TV, right? so that's what I thought. I really wanted to be an actor because I saw people doing it, and it looked like a heck of a lot of fun and a place to belong. So there you go. That's how it started. And then, so in high school, I was in anything that was on the stage. I did. In college, I majored in radio and TV broadcasting. Had a minor in theater at Ball State University. Anybody? Right here. That's what I'm talking about. We go back. Yeah. You. And there was some hands in the back too. Also Ball State. Yes. No. Way in the back. No. They were just.
They're not to it.
No. They're not. So I graduated in 1982. Some of you weren't born yet. And I'm 55 now. Don't I look amazing? Thank you. So after college, I sold Oh no! My first job ever. My first job was at Kings Island, at a theme park in Cincinnati, Ohio. I was a mime, right? I learned how to be a mime in college also. There was a mime troupe at Ball State called Mime Over Matter. That's funny. That's a pun. So we
love a good pun.
Yeah, I know. A radio DJ always loves a good pun. I know. It's true. So we did all. That's where I learned the art of using your body to tell a story without verbal dialogue. It was really an art form I didn't know was going to come in that handy later in my career. Also at Ball State, I also was the mascot. I was Charlie Cardinal for 2 years during the basketball seasons. And so that was me kind of putting on a big bird suit and thinking, okay, and making myself develop a way to make this thing come to life, right? Not knowing that would be a skill set I would use later in my career. I had no idea. Because I was still thinking sitcoms and goofy guy armpit farts. That's what I was thinking. So in 1985, I moved out to Los Angeles. And thought, I'm gonna be a goofy guy on a sitcom. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, so I got out there, worked at a bank for 8 months because I was, oh geez, okay. So I interviewed with this bank to have a day job, to pay the bills, right? So I got into their management training program because I interviewed well. I had nothing to back up that interview, but I interviewed well. So I got this job as a management trainee for a bank, and it was a 9-month training program. At month 8, they fired my ass. And they should have. I sucked. I had zero business holding a lot of keys and being responsible for cash in a vault and supervising tellers with no information in my head. That was awful. It was an awful job for me. Thank you, bankers who we have to have you. So thank you for that. We all have our gifts. We all have our gifts. Banking is not mine. So when they fired me, though, I went on unemployment checks. Okay, so I'm on unemployment. Man, I was married. I am still married. I'm married for 31 years. That is one angelic and patient young lady. And I'll tell you what, Mrs. Laurie, we met at Ball State University, and it proves that there's someone for everyone. Right? So don't lose hope, everybody. If you're like a freak of nature, there's another freak out there waiting for you. So we were okay. So she had a job as a receptionist at an advertising agency. I was getting my unemployment checks. We were scraping by, and that's when we decided, well, we came out here to LA for you to be an actor anyway, Doug. So let's do that. So I went to a TV commercial acting workshop to learn how to do TV commercials specifically. I got some advice that might be a place to start. And lo and behold, the guy who taught my class was Philip Carr, the vice president of the Wilhelmina agency in Los Angeles. Now, Wilhelmina is a big modeling name in New York, like Ford and Elite, and they had a huge TV commercial department in LA. As an agency. And so after my second class with him, he gave me his card and said, do you have an agent yet? And I said, I don't know what an agent is. He said, well, take my card and call me at the office. Boom, that was my first agency. It does not happen that easily. That's not, so don't get inspired like, I'm gonna do the same thing. Well, good luck. I don't know how that happened for me. But everyone's stories are gonna always be different, you know, how they got started in the biz. And mine was this nice man took pity on me and became my agent. And I started sending me out on auditions for commercials right away. And I auditioned for about 6 months without booking anything. And finally, get this, timing. The week my unemployment checks ran out, I was terrified, of course. It was the same week I booked my first commercial for Southwest Airlines as a dancing mummy. Yes! There is a God, and that was very boding of things to come. So that also enabled made me eligible to join the Screen Actors Guild too. So it was a really glorious time in June of 1986 when that happened. So then my commercial audition rate went up, and I started booking more spots immediately. I've done over 100 commercials now in my total career. But my fourth booking I ever got was what opened my little demo reel there for you, was the Mac Tonight campaign for McDonald's. Some of you are way too young to remember that. Some of you are nodding your heads, thank you. That's that crescent moon head with it that sang at a piano, when the clock struck, hey, happens it, baby. That was me. And I ended up doing 27 commercials as that character for McDonald's over a 3-year period, and I bought my first house with that. So thank you, McDonald's. So what that did for me, when you ask like, how did I get started in this crazy career, what that job did for me is that marked me as tall, skinny, goofy guy who moves well, wears a lot of crap on his face, and doesn't complain about it. And that's a huge element when you're dealing with the creature effects makeup people that design these things and put them on actors. Most actors, we can be divas. We can be self-centered. You're like, get this off me, it's kind of